Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here. You know, part of the innovation happening in remote sensing programs, which are a part of the wider geotechnology programs on campuses, geotechnologies incorporating geographic information systems, remote sensing, looking at the world from space or aircraft or UAVs or drones, which we're going to talk about today, GNSS or GPS, knowing our location, and all of that together, the geotechnologies, very fruitful and in-demand career pathway in business, government, nonprofit, academia. Why are remote sensing programs inside geotechnology programs incorporating UAVs or drone imagery? Well, it involves the students in project planning, thinking about the clients, thinking about data analysis, thinking about making their campus safer, more energy efficient, and mapping all the campus infrastructure. Campuses are like mini cities. Sometimes they're not so mini. They're big campuses. They've got water, they've got electrical, they've got fiber optic, they've got building infrastructure, etc. Underground and above ground assets. So, and then thinking about the dynamic nature of campuses, what if there's a weather event that happens on a certain time of day, a certain time of year? Where are the students? Where are the faculty? Where are the emergency shelters? What about game day, where you've got a lot of people in the stadium, in the football stadium or the basketball stadium? How do you manage all of the traffic flow and making sure that people are safe, etc.? So here's a demonstration of, I was at a community college recently, and they flew a UAV, and we've got it inside ArcGIS Online and also inside, in this case, Google Maps. Just taking a map that people are familiar with. So typical Google Map imagery, you go here and you see a little bit of blurriness as you zoom in. But notice on the edge here on the left side or the west side, it's the drone or UAV imagery. On the right side, it's the default satellite imagery. You can see the resolution differences right there. That's pretty fascinating. And take a look at this bridge. You've got higher resolution on the left, lower resolution on the right. Let's take a look at another part of the image. Let's take a look at these soils. So lower resolution in this case on the left, higher resolution on the right. The higher resolution is from the UAV. Let's take a look at the building and the sidewalk. So we've got, in this case, the northern part is with the UAV imagery. You can see the detail of the roof. The southern part is the default satellite imagery. So you've got higher resolution, but also with UAVs, you also have the capability in many of the sensors on these UAVs to sense thermal or other kinds of energy. So you can figure out, for example, in this building in the south central part of this image on this particular campus, if that energy is escaping the building too much in the winter. Does it need to be more energy efficient? Do we need to do some mitigation on the building to make it more energy efficient, etc.? But the resolution on these images, I think, is just fascinating. You can see the stones in this parking lot here. You can see the vehicles in the parking lot. You can see the pavement condition, where the irrigation lines or the emergency poles on campus, where the emergency lights are, for example, if there's an emergency. Fascinating to be able to do this. Now that's in 2D. Let's take a look at 3D. We've got a 3D rendering of the same imagery now. Well, let's go ahead and zoom in on that so we can see, oh, there's some vertical exaggeration here on these images, so you need to view them critically, but you can see here that being able to interact with these images taken from the UAV or the drone is just absolutely fascinating, and it helps students to think about, again, project management, spatial thinking, use of geotechnologies, asking good questions, thinking about their world, their campus, their community. What do they care about? Is it litter? Is it invasive species? Is it green spaces? Is it bicycle racks? What is it in their community do they care about? Thanks for being with me.